Huh. That's weird. I don't like that.
What's it?
Huh. I don't like that.
What?
It updated OBS Studio, and it came with a new feature that's kind of cool where you can group multiple sources together. So I was able to group the art of Ziggy plus the tip cup together as one object, so I can move them together now
Mm.
and all that. But it doesn't behave like the rest of my scenes do. Usually, like, I can change things on my preview, and then I can transition it to the live source. But now that it's grouped, it doesn't give a shit that it's like off the live source. It just does its thing without transitioning, which is weird.
Play game! Play game! Play game!
Righteous.
Oh, maybe that makes a difference. Go to the hotkeys. Okay, so.
Ooh, check me out. Oh, come on.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Ow!
Is Zelda the same way?
Ow! Oh, come on, let's get down. Come on, everybody. Check me out. I'm
Hey,
dancing. I'm dancing.
Fuck you. How about that?
Yeah, I
Alright,
think I
figure
lost
this
the
out.
beat,
From
Do the applies.
but...
Alright, so that's working now. Over here, and then under this shit.
Over here!
Dude, Claptrap, I'm about to bust your face.
Oh, come on, let's get down. Come on, everybody. Check me out. I'm dancing. I'm dancing.
Move those two. Now. Guess that worked. No, copy. Okay. And...
Ooh, but check me out. Oh, come on.
Okay, so now that.
Oh, come on, let's get down. Come on, everybody. Check me out. I'm dancing. I'm dancing.
Alright, I think I fixed it. But why does it still show hotkeys for the two separate individual?
Yeah, I think I lost the beat, but...
I mean, I don't know. But it works.
Traveler!
Okay, go time. Yo! Yo! Then we're gonna go to New York. Then we're gonna go to Washington. Yo!
That's where the cars live. Sure got you right now.
Mounting up.
Okay.
You need help? Stay out of my way.
Ready, get rolling.
Okay, how do I
Rolling.
boom? Son of a bitch. Is there a teleporter here? Yeah! So sudden. I'm having much the funs with Anno 1800. It's very fun. Very good.
Hello again. Happenings outside of New Haven are not my concern.
So what's its
Red Tan is all
like
right
deal
here,
that
but
sets it
it's
aside
right
from all the
next
other city builders out there?
Well, it's another
Or civilization builders, I guess I should say.
Anno game. Anno's long-running series. And, that one's just based in 1800, so it's like Victorian.
Shotguns that suck.
What's the shotgun I got right now? It's like... I just need to get, like, a faster firing speed shotgun. Super fucking slow. Alright, Sim Salabim! 80.
Grenade mods.
83. Assault rifle damage.
To throw sticky grenades. Sticky grenades attach surfaces and there's opponent. Nice.
Oh yay, more shoot.
Wasn't expecting that.
Terrible shotguns.
That's
Just
technically
terrible.
$11,000, $24,000. Alright, I'm good with it. Oh my god, what happened?
Scooter asked me to tell you about a
Uh-oh.
something he's done. You should ask him about it.
What happened?
You don't need to be a better shot.
I went to the quest marker and triggered it. Wait.
There are new missions
2 assault, 2 overload, 3 impact. 2 assault.
Well, that was it. Oh, never mind. It keeps going. I thought I one-shot them. I was like, oh, alright.
2 assault, 2 overload, 3 impact. That's kind of amazing, actually. I hate to say.
100% more awesome.
I'm losing my clip size, but
Doesn't make that goes in a freaking wood.
Forgot about that. Plus, they don't make their guns out of frickin' wood. Wait a minute, did we figure out you can go over, like, if you've maxed out a skill but you get a equipment that gives like bonuses to it, it still works, right?
I mean, I don't think it does on maxed out, but if you don't have it maxed out, it does. Because, like, I have some, like, my mod has skills. Should be increasing things beyond 5, but they're not doing it. This doesn't show it. But I do remember going over 5, right? Like,
yeah.
maybe that's like a max level.
Basically, can I use a mod to raise a skill past 5 or is it kept at 5? Yes. It won't show up as 7, but it will work. This can be verified by using Mordecai's Bird of Prey skill with his Bloodwing and counting the number of hits the bird goes through before returning. Okay. Okay, so yeah.
So it won't show it, but it does.
But it does it. So for the thing that I just equipped, +2 assault, +2 overload, +3 impact. I'm actually at like 7 on the assault. I'm at 3 out of 5 on impact because I haven't put anything into it yet. And I'm actually at 4 out of 5 on overload. Actually, that was like a really good trade up.
Maybe it was Borderlands 2 that shows over.
Oh, it is, yeah. Because you can get a higher than max cap on it.
Right. Because I definitely remember it displaying that, but maybe that was just like.
Is it good? Is it good?
Shield. And a grenade thing. Shield's an upgrade for me. Take it.
Hey, listen to Scared Trigger. Don't just stand there, thumbs up your ass.
I got the ride.
Get you some wheels.
Get you some wheels!
Catch a ride. Are we like 168 meters? Alright, that's further than I thought it. Kia! Kia!
Two wrongs make a left.
So did you buy a piano on Steam before it went to Epic, or did you just like buy it on?
No, I just got it on Epic. Because I wasn't gonna mess with like some nonsense of like you can download it. Oh, it's not working. It's working. It's not. I just like it went over to Epic. Buy it.
Well, I thought like the ones like if you had pre-ordered it, it would still like. Steam.
Yeah, but like
that.
the site,
Hey there.
the game
Welcome.
was showing weird in Steam.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it didn't show like release date. It said coming soon, and it never got a release date. So I'm like I wonder if something's up. Like if there's like a possibility that it's gonna have a pushback release date, or they're gonna end up pulling it all together in the end. I don't know. I just said screw it. Funny
What's
thing
up,
though, Ubisoft screwed up something, or maybe Epic. I'm pretty sure, based on what happened, it was Ubisoft though. So I bought it, and then I preloaded it. And, like as soon as I bought it, it's like, you want to preload? And I was like, oh, cool, this is going well. Like this is good. And then the game launched at 9 o'clock on Monday night, and I went to go launch it, and so it logs into Ubisoft like or Uplay, like everything does. on Steam. Like, there's no difference there. And then Ubisoft's like, you need to install it.
Bruh.
And I'm
But
like,
it's better like I did.
I did though, and it's like I found it in the Epic like directory, like it's in there the whole game, all 20-something gigs, and it starts installing it again in its own directory.
Oh, in the Uplay directory?
Yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? So I had to like uninstall it from Epic. So I bought it through Epic, but like I launched
It just
it
lives
through
in the Uplay?
Yeah, it's just like I redeemed a key in Uplay.
Weird.
Which means, like, either Epic didn't get the information over to Ubisoft, or Ubisoft didn't set it, like set up their store right to, like, say, check for install integrity files or anything like that. So I was like, great. Fun. So I don't get to play it tonight, I'll play it tomorrow.
That sucks.
Yeah.
So did you not have it? You didn't have it for this morning stream then?
Oh, I had it for this morning stream. I just didn't have it at 9 o'clock. I wanted to boot it up 9 o'clock last night and play it a little bit, get it figured out, and then go to bed and then get up and stream it. But had to do it all this morning instead. Pretty fun though. So I mean, like, Annos have always been like culture builders. Like, they started off as like pilgrimage kind of things. Like, I think the first Anno was like settling the new land here in America. But when it kind of blew up was when like they had Anno Mars, where you're like supposed to terraform Mars and get it going.
That hurt?
So this one's like 1800s, so it's all Victorian era. And
So big, so angry.
you just kind of like land on islands and build yourself a fortune.
Like that?
But it's all that kind of city micromanaging bullshit that I like. Like, you gotta build a building that makes clothes because the workers want like uniforms to work in the coal mines. They won't be happy unless they have uniforms. They're gonna get mad, and then at the tail end there, I finally got like my brewery up and running, and everybody was so fucking happy about it that they had a fucking beer festival. There was like a big beer fucking like walking through the streets celebration.
You do not want me here.
Nailed it.
Blood! Before we cook you.
Where are you at, sir?
Fighting these goddamn spider ants.
Oh, talking to the bandit who was shooting me.
That is awesome.
Mom is awesome. Burn! Got him. I forgot I had this rocket launcher. Just immediately started making me laugh because of how fucking ridiculous this thing was.
It's a good rocket launcher to have when you get down, because you're just like annihilate the thing that's in front of you. What's that?
Yeah, as long as I die close to something, I'm getting back up.
Someone always has the upper hand. Make sure it's you.
All of the grenades, please.
Just can't bring myself to get rid of this other assault, even though, like, I'll probably never put it back.
Someone's shooting rockets.
What's that?
Someone's shooting rockets, unless that was you.
No, that was me.
Oh, okay.
Meow! How many bullets to the head do you need? Explosive bullets, Mike. Bullets that explode in the head.
66 times.
Come on, little one.
Nailed it.
It's time for another pound of flesh.
But I can't wait till I max out my fucking sniper rifle affinity so I can stop missing direct hits.
Uh-oh. I always forget, no matter how many times I keep going in there. I keep forgetting that it's a thing.
What's a thing?
Proficiency, like weapon proficiency, it's just like such it's just such a mechanic of a bygone age that like there's nothing wrong with it though.
I kind of like it. I just wish they kind of like did it in a different way rather than like, oh, you basically have a percentage chance that the shot just goes wherever the fuck. It should be like, you have a high proficiency, you have like faster ready and stow speed of this type of weapon, or like you reload it faster or whatever. Like, shit like that would be better. Implementation of weapon proficiency.
Yeah, it strictly makes you better.
Yeah, like you're just like mechanically using it, you're better.
Another notch on my way.
Because it just like feels wrong in a shooter to like line up the reticle and then just fucking quit.
That is awesome. I feel better already.
I'm looking for fucking Kool-Aid. Where's the Kool-Aid? Oh. Show me the Kool-Aid. What the bloody butt fuck? Surprise, mother trucker!
Or maybe that's you.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Surprise.
All right, heals.
School supplies, motherfucker! Badass my ass.
Trophy for my wall.
Bullseye.
Look
I
at
don't
this.
need to go in here, but I wanna.
We got ourselves a hero.
Guess we can just jump
Get out of here, asshole.
Don't need a medic now.
I love the one. I love when he says that. You never should have come here. Now you're gonna pay. This is how fast he says it. Alright, somebody's got a rocket launcher. They need to calm down.
Oh.
I need to take a look at video game release dates again because it seems like we're about to enter a fucking dry spell for a while.
Yeah, I don't really think there's anything around this summer that's too awesome that I'm aware of.
The only thing that I know of is like the next big thing is Rage.
Oh yeah, that's supposed to come out.
Yeah, that's
Probably
not
a
doing
day
much
one.
to really get anybody excited. But, I don't know. I was a pretty big Rage 1 fan, so I know I'm gonna play it.
I mean, I like Rage, but I just don't know that the second one's gonna be like a day one buy.
Like, as much as I love it, and like I want to get really hyped and excited, I am not really seeing anything different from Rage 1. which is kind of
Well,
an
I mean, they
upset
put in a
with it
bunch of
being super
superpowers.
Yeah, but like,
I mean, but like, you know, like that's not exactly
like the wing stick's
games
still
have
there.
superpowers.
Like the guns kind of work the same way. The gameplay style is pretty much the same thing, where it's just kind of like run, take cover, pop a guy, hit him with the wing stick, run, take cover.
Well, it'll probably be really good because it's by the guys that did the Mad Max, and that was actually surprisingly really well done game. So
Yeah,
I'm sure it'll be good.
But
It just
totally
isn't like
different though too.
well, there's going to be a lot more driving in Room 2, like a lot more.
That Mad Max game
That
was
wasn't
really
really
good.
Surprisingly good. I was like, this game has no rights. Like I bought it for like $5.
Sweet. Wasn't expecting
Yeah,
that.
like I kind of hate it because the developers get fucked on it, but like I love it when like a good game kind of goes under the radar and then like it goes on super sale and you end up with like a really solid game
value.
for like super
Yeah.
cheap.
Yeah.
And what you pay totally affects your enjoyment level because like Alpha Protocol was like one of the worst fucking games ever made, but I got it for like $2. And
You're
I
like, this is amazing.
I'm like, this is the best thing ever. It's so much fun with it.
I kind of wish they would try again on that, although
The
'Cause,
premise
like, the
is
whole-
good,
the-
but it's just Splinter Cell.
premise. Well, I mean, like, you know, like they expand on it and like, you know, come up with some more innovative shit. But like the notion that you like, because I mean, like aside from Splinter Cell, there's no like secret agent
Right.
games. I
And
think of, really.
Alpha Protocol was build your own secret agent, so you could be like
Right, yeah.
James Bondy, or you could be Metal Geary, or it was different ways that you could play it.
Right.
Like, you know, a hacker I'm in kind of shit.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. Like, I
Splinter
thought,
Cell's like just like stealth, like medium combat, and like Metal
Right.
Gear's like heavy stealth, light combat. So like, I don't know. Like, I think see, that's kind of my problem. Is like I'm not really hungry for any secret agent games because like Metal Gear like does it so well. I'm completely sated. Like,
yeah, but I mean, Metal Gear isn't gonna be really Metal Gear, and something's
well, no,
gotta take that up.
yeah, it's gone.
That is awesome.
But like, it's so good. I would rather just go back and play Twin Snakes, like,
Than play anything.
than anything new. Like, I mean, I would check out anything new, but
Well, I guess did you hear about the like supposed PS5?
yeah, they
specs?
released some PS5 specs, and then like Microsoft fires back with like we made the Xbox One S all digital.
So is that? Oh, are they releasing a
Yeah, they announced it
One
probably
X
like,
that's just?
it's not even
digital?
an X, it's an S.
Oh, it's like an S.
So it's not even like everything that is offered in the Xbox One X, but it's an Xbox One S with a terabyte hard drive that is strictly digital, no physical content.
Can you expand the hard drive space on Xboxes or no?
I don't know. I would assume so. You kind of like.
Well, I was gonna say like you gotta have to like do that if you're gonna go only digital because terabyte would actually get filled up, especially with Xbox games.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, you're only gonna
100
have
games
like
pop.
3 games.
Yeah.
And stuff. Well, fuck. Like that system is strictly a Red Dead Redemption game holder.
Shit, right? Like by itself. And then let alone like, you know, because I think Gears of War 4, right? Yeah, 4.
Yeah, we're going into.
It's like 105 gigs. So if you had like Red Dead and that installed, or like a quarter of your hard drive.
Yeah. Maybe it's 5 terabytes. I don't know, but like, yeah, they're like it's all digital, but then like.
Welcome.
Yeah, the PS5 was good to hear that, you know, they gave us some details. It's going to be 2020 at best.
Which I thought it would always be 2020. I didn't think it was coming out.
I didn't expect 2019. Actually, I'd have been kind of disappointed if it was 2019. I'd be like, man, that's a little bit too fast.
Well, they just got like good stuff coming out for PlayStation 4 stuff.
Right, and I'm kind of expecting a God of War 2 on PS4 before they switch over to the new system. But like, it boasts
I
like
bet-
8K and shit like that. Like,
I bet you fucking anything they hang on to the next God of War until 5.
yeah, well, I'm getting
I'll
tired of
take
them
that
doing
another
one
one.
God of War system. Like, they give us 2 and change on some like spin-offs on PlayStation 2, and then we get one
God of War
on 3, and then
is-
we get 1 again, and
Well, and there's one on the 3 because God of War 3 was on.
right. And then God of
And
War.
then then
kind
they did
of
like a
4.
remaster on 4, like of all of them.
Yeah, they did a.
And then finally God of War proper. Yeah, for sure they're gonna hold back God of War.
See, like, I was okay with God of War 3 being just the only God of War on PlayStation 3 because it was kind of the end of the era. But this
Well, I was
one's
like, the end of the series,
like it's already been a
after
year. So, like, I don't know. Pushing it to 4 years before the next game's a little bit. That's a little long.
I don't think that'll be 4 years. I mean, especially with how well Norse God of War did. Like, I bet you it'll be probably maybe within that first year that the PS5's out. Maybe the
Oh, I'm saying, like, 4 years after the launch of the last God of War.
Oh.
Like, even if even if it was a launch title, like, we're dragging that out a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I was kind of surprised they didn't do any DLC for this new God of War. I thought for sure they were gonna.
Well, I mean, like,
I guess there's like free updates.
They
but...
leave you off with like the whole Thor bit, and yeah, I mean, like, aside from like giving you like arena fights and stuff like that, you really can't.
Because you have to pick up there, I guess.
You have to pick up right
I want
there.
to save that.
And some people were like, "It's like there was going to be the DLC," and I'm like, "No, dude, like that'd be such a spit in the face to the franchise if they."
Well, I mean, they could do the DLC, but he can't kill Thor.
Right. Well, I wouldn't say you could advance the
storyline
storyline because, like, the next second, and just like they did with God of War 2 to 3, like it picks up the microsecond after 2 finishes. You know.
Right.
Like, you got to do that with this one. And if you do that, like, you got to fight Thor. And if you're going to have Thor, like, liquidated down to a DLC boss, that's kind of... It's not doing it right.
Dude, don't think I'll ever forget the opening, like, boss fight. To God of War.
To start with
or,
Boulder.
like, PS5. Or, like, yeah, like, the whole Boulder fight. Like, that whole beginning part was like, this is, like... I've never seen anything like this fucking fight. This is incredible. Like, this is like a Superman video game should be like these fights.
Oh, I know. Like, if we could get some superhero games like that. I can't wait to see what fucking Square Enix is working on with fucking Avengers.
Yeah, can you believe we're about to wrap up Avengers and there wasn't a single fucking Avengers video game? Like, how does that happen?
Like, aside from Lego.
Yeah, like Lego.
Like, that's it.
Not like a proper anything.
Well, I mean, not Avengers, but I mean, like, there was all those, like, movie games that came out for the individual, like, there's that Thor
individual
movie
movies,
game.
yeah. But I think they only did that for, like, the first round.
Yeah, it was really only the
like,
first round, because Ant-Man never got a game.
It was like,
Doctor Strange
I remember
never
the
got a
Cap,
game.
I remember the Cap one, and I remember, I think there was an Iron Man, but they were bad, so.
Yeah, the Thor one wasn't super great. Actually, like, the Thor DS game was kind of, like, fucking amazing, apparently. Yeah, we got Ultimate Alliance that's coming out. I'm glad you got a Switch so we can actually play that.
Yeah. I'm kind of concerned that they're radically changing. Because it seemed like it was going to be like a third-person action, not like top-down.
Once I acknowledge the fact that it's pretty much Ultimate Alliance meets Diablo, I kind of got more comfortable with the idea.
I mean, Ultimate Alliance is already Marvel meets Diablo.
I mean,
like, not getting the analogy.
Kinda. Like, I don't know. I've always seen Marvel kind of like a twin-stick shooter. With
Like
Diablo.
the Ultimate Alliance stuff? I mean, I guess that's true because you're just like spamming.
Right.
But I mean, like you
And
spam
I mean, you
attacks
spam in Diablo,
too.
right? But like, there's like a strategy to the spam in that one. When
in Marvel, you're just.
There just really wasn't. Do you remember when we were you there? When we were playing
Maybe,
with
probably.
Jason and everyone?
Maybe, I don't know.
We were playing on Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1, and like, because we were doing that bit where we all took turns, and Andrew was on, and Jason, and I think it was you. And I was of course playing Thor. I think you were there, because I think Captain America was in there. Did you get a legendary?
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. Trade that bitch.
Nice.
See what yours
Check that out.
Fire's faster. has like 12 rounds. Too.
Legendary in the wild, man.
Yeah, like not even out of the chest.
But there was Captain America. Somebody was playing Hulk, I want to say. And I can't remember who the last player was. I think it was Wolverine. And I was playing Thor, and we got to some mission, and everybody kept trying to jump across a fucking jump, like a gap.
Oh, I think I do remember this. Yeah,
And everybody kept fucking
just
falling
died.
in and
I
dying.
do remember this. There was one of us up.
I was the only one who was up because I could throw my hammer and then teleport to it. So I did that across the gap. And then like I couldn't get you guys to respawn, so like I had to beat the rest of the level, which was like a good
Yes, I remember that.
like 20 minutes or something, and you guys just had to sit
Well, I think
there.
you had to fight a boss fight by yourself. I remember just watching.
Yeah, that's right. It was Ymir.
Yeah, it was Ymir.
And I just had to
That
fight
was
him
funny.
fucking solo.
They were like, "Go, man, go, do it."
And Jason's
You're
like,
like,
well,
"Oh my
thanks
God,
for
oh my
inviting us to watch you play. Like,
Yeah.
fresh fish. How do we do that?
Yeah, it was. Marvel Ultimate Alliance was awesome.
Dude, I love it. I wish they would fucking, like, give a little bit of effort to the fucking PC version. But it's like,
It's just like a shit port, isn't it?
it's a terrible fucking port that doesn't recognize controllers, and if you mod it to get a controller to work, it disables achievements.
Really?
Yeah, it's like just some, and like, it doesn't even go into 1920 by 1080,
Wasn't
like...
expecting that.
Really? They didn't even fucking up the
No,
resolution.
they didn't do shit for it. So like, the
Dude,
best
that's
way to
such
play
garbage.
it is to grab a fucking 360 copy and put it on an Xbox One. Like, that's the best way to play it at this point.
Can you still do that? Like, does it like? Can you like connect to Xbox Live and shit?
Yeah, because it emulates the entire Xbox.
Might be worth it to do. I would totally.
Can we throw a grenade in here?
Oh, yeah. I was like, why? I thought we were just gonna find fish around.
Oh, you can't keep throwing them here. You gotta throw them in a different area.
I would totally find some like cheap ass used copy and fucking fire that up in the Xbox and play it.
Yeah, I mean, well, we should test it.
See, there's some videos out there or something to confirm that it works.
Yeah, because I still got my 2 copies. And then I have, like, all that DLC and shit that I bought years ago.
I don't even think about the DLC. You have to find like a Game of the Year edition. Let's do that.
I don't think they did that. I think there was like a gold version that they did.
Yeah, that does sound good. Fucking really?
Freesh, eesh. All out of grenades.
Where's the? Oh, you already got 20.
Yeah. I think I was trying to remember how. Oh yeah, so I can play Thor in 1. Actually, he's one of the starting mission characters. And then we have to unlock Thor in 2, which always really bummed me out.
Yeah, I remember that. Could you?
You have to go
Yeah,
and collect those Asgardian
like-
runes.
It was like the Civil War arc.
Yeah, which like easily my favorite. I think since I have it already, like if I can get the game saved, maybe.
Can you do local? Go on.
I think you
That
can.
was out
Because I have like
Yeah.
2 spare Xboxes, Xbox
Yeah.
360s. We might just throw it on a LAN.
Well, I was thinking like even like the same system because like you share the screen anyway
Oh,
because it's top down.
ooh, yeah.
It's like we're just like 2 controllers and blow shit up together.
God, I love those fucking games. I loved those games.
It's like the best Marvel thing you could do for the movies. Those
We need to keep remembering if like it's gonna bring us back here, we need to use the teleporter.
Yeah, we always
We
take-
keep walking back.
Yeah. And he sends us there like a billion times. It's like art.
Oh.
Yeah, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, awesome. Like, it was before I was really into Cap, so I mostly played Human Torch because it was cool to shoot fire everywhere.
That's right.
Torch.
Yeah, you were Human Torch.
He had cool abilities. Just like that.
Loved all the fusion abilities you got in 2.
Yeah, that was cool. I don't know who I'd play now. I mean, I would obviously have to play Cap a little, but I feel like I would only...
Because
I have so many characters, I don't even know who I'd play.
Thor, Cap, we get the... It's essentially the Cyclops. It's the Iron Man, Captain America combo.
They just do it like a lightning.
But it's a lightning bolt, yeah.
Alright. Maybe 6. Spider-Man's always cool to play at. I remember Moon Knight being like the most broken character in the game, which always pissed me off because like Moon Knight.
In the first one, yeah, Moon Knight was super broken because he could stack that like
nunchuck,
nunchuck speed attack thing that leached health or something.
Yeah, he was broken.
Yeah, that's what Jason used to play after he figured it out.
Which, I mean, like, if you could, you know, like, that's just kind of trivial. I mean, the game was already not difficult, but, like, if you're just gonna do that shit, it just makes it not even fun to play.
Yeah. Like, it's fun to break it, but then, like...
But that only lasts, like, an hour, like, when you're, like,
with the
one-shotting everything. Like, how...
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That one's a spider one. I can't. You're a fire one. Your firearms are useless against them. Bees everywhere.
Oh yeah, that was all me.
That's that.
Target hit. Bullseye.
Wait, this thing? I'm just gonna call you. I'm confused on it. Whatever. Wow! I love this fucking sniper. They just die in a fire explosion every time.
Get those some bitches! Let's teach them a lesson!
He's got the pyro achievement.
Oh shit.
Critical hit.
Aw, oh, damn it. Ow!
Killed him.
Well, the same thing that killed me is he hit the fucking acid barrel and it dropped me, but it melted him. So I couldn't kill him. He was on a sliver of health. Breaking the law, asshole!
Target hit. All right.
No, no, no! I gotta say, I think this last generation of consoles has been a little underwhelming. Not the consoles themselves, but like the last generation of games we had.
The game industry in general is just in like this really,
Kind of
I don't know, weird
state.
spot. Yeah. they just, I don't know, like, we're just being, like, squeezed dry for revenue. Like, every major game company is like, how do we make them play every day and then get them to buy all of the things? And
Yeah. Well, I think last generation,
like, no one's okay with you just, like, playing their game and being done with it.
right.
Like,
Well, every
everyone's like, we gotta
company
keep
and every marketing major and every marketing manager everywhere right now is obsessed with taking the social media approach to try and make more money. They're like, how can we connect people with each other so that they feel the need to
like,
keep
they have
spending?
to, like, play it to connect. Wow.
Because everything's about, like, either being on a mobile app or having, like, connectivity. Like, posting what you're doing and shit. Like, everything.
Well, that's why, like, God of War was so awesome, because it was like, play the game, you know, play it as much as you want to, and then you can be done with the game. We're not going to put fucking microtransactions in it and try and get you to play it every day, and, like, and I mean, I like that, those games, like, I play Destiny, so, like, I like that it does that, but not every game needs to do it.
Right.
Not on my way.
That hurt.
Yeah, I don't know. We're in a really weird state of games. Like, we had some gyms come out, like Borderlands, or no, Borderlands, Bloodborne was really good.
Right, Dark Souls are always good, Sekiro is really good. I mean, all the stuff from Software is good. God of War was obviously great. Horizon Zero Dawn was amazing.
Shadows of Mordor and War. And even Shadows of Mordor was a 360 title.
Come on, these buttons. Yeah, but they even tried that shit with the Shadows of War though. Like, they had their whole, like, we're gonna try and put microtransactions and shit in there. Like, it wasn't, I mean, they did it like such a way that it was pointless to do, but
yeah. See, that was weird. Like, they did microtransactions in about the only way that I'm kind of okay with.
where it doesn't matter at all.
And then it ended up being pointless.
Yeah,
Like,
so
you
it's
shouldn't
like,
have even put them in there in the first place.
yeah, like, why even do it if you're gonna give a shit about what you're selling?
Oh, he's a badass.
You can score here. That is awesome.
Badass psycho.
Rolling them down. Woo, another one bites the dust.
But I don't know. I guess I'm just like feeling down about Anthem situation. Just not enthusiastic about like AAA major developers right now.
Getting better all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm just trying to think of like the way games like were last gen, and like
Look at this.
it was still focused on the fucking gameplay still, and like
Yeah.
now it's very much like game as a service, game as a service.
Yeah, games as a service, games as a service. Everything's games as a service.
So I was just
Like, I
thinking
just
like,
feel like trying to like bleed as much money out as they can.
well, they
out of
want to
it.
be able to make one. They want to deploy the engine one time. That's where the real money is, right? Like that's where
Right.
it costs them much is spending all this money on getting people to make like the shell of a game, and then if you can just build on top of that.
Yeah, like they want to release the most basic functioning game, and then like, well, over 2-3 years, it'll become a full.
Right.
product.
Yeah, that's one way. Like that's why I felt Destiny did was like they gave me just enough to kind of like warrant a $40 transaction, and then we'll give you free updates to make it worth $60, and then we're gonna sell you another $60 game expansion pack, and slowly feed you the other $20 worth of what we should have gave you up front over the next year. And even fucking WoW with the last expansion pack did that shit.
Honestly, dude, I just wish those games, like, fine, do games as a service, but I would rather just go back to subscription. Like, just give me the updates for free.
Right.
Like, I'll pay $5 a month for, you know, whatever. Like, I mean, I wouldn't pay $15 a month for Destiny, but like $5 a month I feel is totally reasonable. Everyone pays it. They know what they're.
They could probably even swing 10, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, the 10 I would be like, it kind of sucks, but I'd probably end up doing it. I mean, they end up doing that shit anyway because they sell you the annual pass for $40, and that's like, well, whatever, however that breaks down monthly, essentially. And it's like just do a subscription. Like people will do it. Like
yeah. Well, I mean, it needs to be. There needs to be better content. Like I'm tired of there being like a "but wait, there's more" kind of bullshit with everything. Right. Everything. It's just like even Ragnarok Online, like one of the first MMOs ever. Like you paid your $15 a month, and the whole game was there. There was nothing locked behind anything. There was no transactions. There was no random bullshit. It was just you just had
like
the entire
whole thing was available to.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely prefer that, but for like a game like, that was envisioned as a game as a service like Destiny or Anthem or Division or whatever, like I'd rather they just charge subscriptions instead of like this whole like, okay, well you get this, but you gotta buy this a year from now if you want to be current.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah.
And they really put a lot of effort into making you non-current if you don't.
Right, and they incentivize, like make it suck for you if you don't. Like it's like, what's the point? If I'm not like buying into this, then I might as well not play it.
The next time you see
They're gonna make it pointless to
tell
play.
her to come see me in New Haven. Wherever she's getting her supplies, I know I can make her a better deal.
Grab a car. I don't know. I think that's the reason why like Nintendo's still like blowing people up is that they're still doing that. They're still just making a game.
Well, their games are just complete game.
Like it's done. Like Breath of the Wild had some DLC to it, but like.
But it wasn't like
you had a full fucking game before you got into that.
Yeah, like I didn't even buy into the DLC for Breath of the Wild, and I played it, and I'm like, I totally feel like I got totally my money's worth.
Oh yeah, like it's like $120 worth of game.
Right.
Like easy. And
if I wanted to buy the DLC, it would add a little extra or whatever. Like, but it's nothing I have to.
Well, and the beauty of that DLC is none of it's story based, so you don't feel any obligation. There's something up there actually now. I came here one time and there was something. There wasn't anything.
I got it.
Oh.
Fire.
Caught on fire. Okay.
What quest? Oh, third scripture burnt.
I haven't figured out that quest that's up there. But like...
Oh, that chest that's up there? Yes.
Yeah. Fucking... Yeah, but like, the thing that was smart too is like, the DLC, like, you can take it or leave it. Like, there's some extra, like, dungeons and some challenge modes and all this shit, but like...
And Smash Bros was like that. It's like you're gonna get some extra characters, but you have like fucking 70 characters on the base game. So if you didn't get those characters, you still have plenty of characters to play with.
Right? You still
like,
yeah, like they're still delivering your game for the price that you paid.
Well, Mario Odyssey was just a stellar game, like top to bottom. Like that was great. I don't think that even had DLC as far as I know, but it was still.
I don't think it did. I mean, there was kind of like, if you logged in during Christmas, you could download a
like seasonal stuff.
Christmas costume.
Yeah.
All of it was free, though.
That hurt. I love this damn thing. Like having another soldier on the field.
I don't know, man. I'm just like disenfranchised with like kids video, not video games, but like these new games that are coming out. Like,
yeah.
I'm even kind of wary of Borderlands 3. I mean, I'm obviously gonna buy it or whatever, but I like hope they don't do. And I don't think that they will because they kind of already have
Gearbox. It's they don't.
Yeah.
I don't. They don't.
And then, like from their announcement, they haven't
Wasn't expecting that.
mentioned it. Like it's gonna be like the other Borderlands. They released the Borderlands, the DLCs and like the new characters and shit, like which is fine. But it's gonna be like games as a service.
What's been really frustrating me lately is fucking EA, like the last couple like E3s and like last times that they like spoke up.
It's like Chris.
Shit over here that you might want. Like before, it was just like, dude, EA's out of touch. They just don't understand. Like it was like the people that made decisions never listened to what the fans were saying. And it's just like, okay, yeah, no surprise. They don't even know what we like. Like, that was just always okay in my head, right? Because, like, you just expect it. But then, like, they go to E3 and they're like, you guys have given us a ton of feedback. You guys have really let us have it. Like, we're listening. We're going to change. And then the whole next year, like, EA just pulled more bullshit. And it was like, cool.
Just became more EA.
You just
and, like,
said all that just to get us to buy one more round of games.
Right. And it's, like, hilarious that, like, they announced this, like, Jedi Fallen Order or whatever.
Right. And they're
like,
doing it again. They're like, no microtransactions, no season pass, just a game that's single player for somebody who wants to be a Jedi. And I'm like,
I mean, that's exactly what we want to hear, right? But you're like, I don't trust you. Right?
It's just like, I'm still gonna wait until I watch somebody play the full release on Twitch before I buy your game.
Right.
And you're essentially making the game I've wanted for a very long time.
Right.
This is essentially our next coder in a way. It's actually our next, like, Jedi Outcast, really, but...
Yeah, I mean, I can only hope it's as good as those games. Those games fucking amazing.
Actually, I'm really excited. I just bought Bounty Hunter on GameCube. I never played that.
Stop. Widowmaker. Get shit on.
What up, Lady Goggles? Oh, thanks for the host, too. Borderlands makes you motion sick. Can't stay, but over here, great. Yep. Just chilling, doing our late night thing. Something out, too. Well, I'll play as non-motion sicky as possible. Watch this. You ready? This is Lady Goggles mode. Oh, I was gonna look at the sky. It doesn't let me do that, though. Like, I can't. In the car, I can't do that. There's gonna be super non-motion sickness.
Super non-motion sickness mode, go!
Wow, I can't believe we, like, made it through all that.
There. Oh. A tunnel, our only weakness.
Barriers! Fuck. Yeah, I don't know, like, we got some people out there who are taking care of us. Like, Capcom's taking care of us. CD Projekt Red's taking care of us, even though, like...
Oh, dude, I can't even fucking wait for
it takes them
Cyberpunk.
about as long as
so
fucking Valve to
good.
put out a game, but...
Yeah. I mean, at least they're fucking working on a video game.
I've decided I can't trust BioWare if they have somebody else dictating a timetable.
Oh yeah, like I'm not.
I'm done trusting
days of me
BioWare.
day one buying their shit are over. They're gonna earn that shit again. Like I'm not getting the next Dragon Age until I see reviews.
Right, and it's not that like I think BioWare is one of the scummy companies out there. It's that ever since BioWare has been forced into a time frame scenario, they can't perform. There's a gunslinger mod over here. They can't deliver.
Yeah.
And I think that's because BioWare was truly one of the... Ooh, there's a gun cabinet back here. I think BioWare is truly one of the, like, starving artist video game companies out there. Like they figure shit out when they're allowed to take their time and get super creative. And be left the fuck alone. Because even, like...
I mean, from what I read, and I mean, just from the Mass Effect Andromeda and now Anthem thing, it sounds like... I mean, I know Casey Hudson just recently came back, so maybe he'll, right the ship, whatever, but they need to, like, fucking correct management, because, like, that's where it's being squandered. Like, it's not, like, the dude making the level or whatever. Like, it's not the problem. Like, it's a management's lack of vision, their unwillingness to make a decision on things. Like,
and that's something that I was covering when we did History of Gaming Mass Effect, was, like, Casey Hudson, like, was, like, the pinch hitter for all of, like, he's the Hideo of BioWare. 1. 2, they talked a lot about how, like, the managers were constantly, like rotating job duties at BioWare during Mass Effect 1 and 2. It was just kind of like they'd get burned out on something, and they would just go over to a different project that sounded kind of fun and interesting. They would just start working on it, and, like, that's how they did it. And, like, they had, like, a ton of pushbacks. resets on the timetable for Mass Effect 1, but nobody knew it was coming out, so it didn't fucking matter. And then like Mass Effect 2 like was 6 months slower than it should have been, and that's because they just said, you know, it's not ready. Like, they were allowed to just kind of like, they don't have good management, but imagine like just, you know, 10 guys getting together and just kind of slowly working on a game. Kind of like the indie studio thing, really. Like, there's no managers for indie studios, but you give them enough time, they'll eventually make, like, a fucking gem. And that's really what BioWare had going on. But you take, and you put in somebody who goes, get it done faster, but they're not telling you how to do it. BioWare doesn't know how to handle it. They don't know how to... They don't know how to fucking shit gold on command like EA expects people to.
Yeah, I mean, it's just... I mean, like, it's not like EA's absolved. Like, them forcing the Frostbite engine down their throats has fucked them up. Like,
oh, yeah.
It sounds like Frostbite is a motherfucker of an engine to work with if you're trying to do anything else other than a first-person shooter.
And that's what I was...
So,
yeah, that was
something not entirely on their
too,
shoulders, but it's like...
Like, Frostbite's what fucked up Andromeda cover to cover, and they had to get people from the... Dragon Age Inquisition team that had like figured it out, but like the majority of like the physics. Well,
like, like I remember when they like first there was like thing like when they first started, and like the engine didn't even have a third-person camera.
Right.
Like,
no, it's like a square peg in a round hole situation.
Yeah,
like this, that engine is not fucking made for it. It just isn't.
Not for RPG.
It's like, well, did you know that they have to create a menu from scratch in that system?
Right, like
every single time. It doesn't support
have
menus.
Like a loot system, like an inventory system. Like in the end, they had to create that from scratch. It's like no wonder you guys couldn't fucking finish it. And you're like fighting your tools like the whole time.
It's specifically made for fucking Battlefield and Battlefront, like.
And it does great at that, but it's like not to make everyone use an engine was only made to do one thing really well. It's like,
but why?
Stupid.
But why though is this the case? Because EA owns the fucking engine, so they don't have to license it to anyone.
Right.
And that is such like the biggest CEO fucking like I know exactly how it went down. In the fucking...
Well, yeah, I mean, like, the CEO...
Okay, so we're getting ready to start working on Mass Effect Andromeda. We're going to need licensing to be able to get a hold of the Unreal Engine. And they go, what is the Unreal Engine? Well, it's the physics engine. We have to buy it from Epic because it's good for this game. What did we just greenlight $1 million to develop? Wasn't it called Frostbitten or something like that? Yeah, Frostbite. We made that. That's different. Why did we build an entire engine and we're using somebody else's engine? Help me understand this. And like, and that comment was like, great, well, we can't piss off the CEO. And then, so lo and behold, here we go. The game, the only game in history of gaming I couldn't get through. Because
what's weird though is I don't think they don't own Respawn, right? They're just in a publishing.
Think they own them. I thought they did.
Because it's weird because I don't think Apex is in Frostbite.
Oh no, Respawn no. Respawn no. Right. What was I thinking of that does the... Who was the first Frostbite guy?
That's the Battlefield guys. Fuck.
And they
DICE.
DICE. Yeah, they own DICE.
Yeah, they're owned.
They don't own, no. Respawn... Yeah, Respawn kind of had only one option. It's either go back to Activision, because it's those two guys from...
Oh, shit!
Great googly moogly. I'm not getting up with the rocket launcher.
Hell.
Oh, they fucking pushed me back.
Yeah, I'm up.
Oh, that's a queen. Why she rode through us like crazy.
Blow up our car. Well, I mean, like, if the car dies with us in it, we're dead.
Yeah, you die. Yeah, you go down.
But, I feel bad for those Respawn guys, man. It's like out of one fucking corrupt overlord into another.
Yeah. But they seem to have some more, because like you said, they're not owned by them, so they seem to have some more autonomy, because they're not using the Frostbite engine, so they can't be, like, and hopefully fucking Jedi Order or whatever the fuck, or Fallen Order doesn't use that goddamn engine, because they'll have all the problems too.
Well, see, that's the thing, though, is I think Fallen Order could, because the whole point of the Frostbite engine is that it loads very pretty things in the cone in front of you, the way shooters work.
Right.
where it deloads everything behind you and loads everything in front of you in a fantastic resolution.
Do we know if it's gonna be a third-person game, or is it? I'm pretty sure it's third-person. It seemed like
It'll probably switch, to be honest. Like that's kind of like not a thing anymore, where you're forced to pick one or the other.
Yeah.
Especially in RPGs, like Bethesda's kind of set the rules on that. Grabbing this car over here, but
And do we even know if it's gonna be an RPG? Or is it like an action?
I think he said action RPG in that tweet, where he's like just somebody who wants to enjoy an action RPG.
Well, everyone. I mean, even if it's not quote unquote an RPG, like everything has RPG at this point. So everyone's got some sort of skill.
Yeah, like there's some element of RPG-isms. The thing that sucks is like it's all token RPG-isms, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's actually not true. Like this game has like a true RPG system to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 got a little bit further away from it, and I bet you 3 is gonna be even farther away.
I mean, honestly, like if they just make 2 again, not like for
Yeah,
exactly, but like if they just take
verbatim.
what was good about 2 and expand on it, then it'll be a great game. Like, and I thought 2 got rid of the unneeded RPG.
The
It's
bad
like
RPG parts.
Yeah,
of it.
like the
I
stuff that
completely
like
agree.
bogged the game down. Like I think Borderlands 2 is
It's a through and
refined
through
game.
improvement on top
Yeah.
of this one. Yeah, this was a great game.
It was an experiment.
2 was
this
a
is like
better
the
one.
first one. Like they're like, oh, well, this works, this doesn't. Like fixed it.
Yeah, it's kind of funny to think about it. This is really the beginning of looter shooters.
Yeah, this is the
Because
first one.
I can't think of one before it. I really can't.
No, I mean there were plenty of looters, but they were all like Diablo style clones. They're just like, what if we took Diablo and made it a first person shooter?
Right, and there was a bunch of like arcadey style, like Doom had a, there was a bunch of arcadey shooters out there, single player shooters. Yeah, God, that's that's the reason why we had so much fucking fun with this game.
Yeah, it was the first.
And see, some of that like you can't fix. Like part of the problem is that magic's gone. Like we used to love every single solitary piece of loot that dropped, even all the Garbo shit.
I just ate
Right.
6 bugs.
It really was, yeah, man, dude. Like now that I'm thinking about it, and like I was there selling the game when it was coming out, and I remember we used to go on and on about like, yeah, dude, it's Diablo meets a first-person shooter, which was like
an event.
Unheard of.
right. Like I was gonna come up with an analogy, and that made me just realize something else. Like there's
I wish him the best.
there's like no more like mashups like we can like.
Sometimes.
What would you if you could mash up any 2 games? What would you mash up?
Come to Pandora. Doll has asked me to leave.
I mean, like RPG and something else, like.
But it has to
RPG's
not
awesome.
be already mashed up.
The criminal
Right.
is let loose.
So I mean, like Brutal Legends is kind of like the last one because they did the action
They did
hack and slash,
hack and
or like
slash
third-person
RTSs.
RTS. Like that was
Yeah.
kind of.
That was the last
I was in a
mashup.
thread on Reddit earlier, and they were talking about Brutal Legend, and there was like a whole bunch of people talking shit about the RTS thing. I'm like, motherfucker, it wasn't that hard. Like, get over it.
Like
Like
it
the
was
rest of the game
it was,
was
difficult
amazing.
to control.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't without its quirks, but it's not like. But then it'd be like it ruined the game. It's like,
I don't think it ruined the game. I think it needed some more polish though, for sure.
yeah, for sure. But like people like point to that as like that's why it didn't do well. Or
No,
something.
it's
Like,
because it was
whatever.
such a niche game. That's the reason why it didn't do well. It was Jack Black and heavy metal in an age where metal was dying, and like
The experience compelled me
here,
to move the vault
I think.
fragment. I
Um,
it can be safe. It's extremely important. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna
dude,
be
like-
a man known as Crazy Earl.
But Brutal Legend
He
was
doesn't like people.
awesome.
The
I'm
vault keeper
so
with him.
I get what they're saying though. 'Cause
annoyed
I mean, like,
that they don't have a sequel for that.
the RTS element of that game was like improportionately way more difficult than everything they had set down with the hack and slash previously. Like hack and slash was like a 5 in difficulty, or maybe a 4, and then like the RTS part was like a 7.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I get it because you weren't expecting like. I mean, it is like a change from how you think you're gonna play the game, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like I'm a god at RTSs or anything, but
You're able to
beat
get
it,
through it.
like for basically fucking second try, like so.
Day 600.
Can't
Yeah,
do that.
I'm right there with you, Mountain Dew. Like it didn't. It detracted, I think, from the game's charm a little bit because it was just this point where all of a sudden you go, oh fuck, and
Right.
now I gotta try harder.
Yeah, but then you have the part where you're driving away through the dragon force through the fire.
Through fire and
I was
flames.
like,
Yeah.
I mean, that made up for any shortcuts fucking you had as far as I could do.
Dude, I am so mad that like my debut like stream of that, a bunch of people came in on day one and started shit talking metal, and it's just like,
Did they?
yeah, like
Really?
people just got super fucking mad about it, and it's just like they told them to fuck up. I'm just like, if you don't like metal, you're not gonna like this game, so don't watch. Like, get out of here.
Right, get out of here.
And
I got the ride.
they're like, well, we're not talking shit about the game, we're talking shit about metal. I was like, yeah, but this game is about metal. That's like going into a Call of Duty stream and just being like, dude, shooters are fucking stupid. I hate shooters. Shooters are dumb. Like, you're shitting on, like...
Are we stuck? Oh.
No, I stopped to look at the map.
Okay.
Like, you're shitting on the content the person's creating. Like, fucking... Like, get out of here.
Well, it's just like, if you don't like metal, you're not gonna, like,
you're gonna hate
you
everything
don't
about
like
that
the
game.
premise of this game, like, right away. Like,
Right.
there's
Limmy's
no point.
not gonna be funny. Fucking...
Right.
The Kiss...
Ozzy Osbourne isn't gonna get a laugh out of you. Like,
Right, the Kiss Amazon girls in fucking leather bikinis are not gonna get a fucking rise out of you, like...
And the headbangers. And,
the fucking
all the
headbanger units.
references.
Day 718. I woke up outside the camp today. I don't know how I got outside.
But I don't know, like it's kind of weird that people regard the Legend not a good game. Because I'm like, that's amazing, great game. Like maybe not like the best of all time, but it's at least an 8. It's certainly better than a lot of the shit that releases right now.
I will come back and resume my
No, it was a lot more. This is
It was at least a complete fucking game. God's
yeah,
sakes.
like that's more to be said than a lot of fucking bullshit that's coming out. Yeah, man, I don't know. Like we're in this really weird state of.
If we're just getting old and we're like, music was better in the 70s. Like this is someone's us now. We're like, video games are better in the 2000s.
This is just way better, even though the game's telling me it's not. Alright, I'm gonna hold on to both. We're gonna try it out. If it's really fucking bad, then we'll figure it out. Yeah, I don't know, like... yeah, Lady Goggles actually made a mention the other day on her Twitter about like, why does everybody fucking hate on, you know, Dragon Age's Inquisition? And I was like, like the problem is market fatigue and money. We're getting too many games are being shoved in our face too frequently.
Mounting up.
And because of the culture that is gamers, we have to pick something and we have to endorse it. I don't know why we have to endorse something. We can't just buy a thing and
Well, we
like
have to
it.
be on teams like immediately.
Right, we have to endorse one thing and therefore shit on the other, if there's any comparison. And the reality was Dragon Age Inquisition and Witcher came out pretty close to each other, and they were kind of comparative in gameplay style.
I mean, but like Witcher. I mean, I liked Dragon Age. I thought Dragon Age was great, and then Witcher 3 came out and it made it look like a fucking B game.
Oh,
like
yeah.
like an indie studio made this game.
It made it look like it was a last gen game.
Right.
And it was just because nothing is as good as The Witcher.
Yeah, I mean, even to
nothing's
this
like that
day,
quality.
like The Witcher is the best RPG, action RPG, I guess, that has been made in the last decade. So, I mean, because I loved Inquisition when it came out, but I was like, oh, well, this is way better.
Yeah, you can't even touch it comparatively. And so what?
So
it
like
is,
for
is,
you, you're like trying to play it after you played Witcher. You're like, yeah, I'm not. This gonna work.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. And I think at some point I'll probably do it because I think I'm gonna want to do
like a history of gaming.
Dragon Inquisition history of gaming.
Well, and I think there was also something to do with like Inquisition was coming off the heels of 2, and 2 was widely regarded
2 left everybody in a
great.
really bad place.
Yeah, so like they already lost some people that way. And I mean, a lot of the decisions they made were really weird, like the whole Kunari just being radically different than what they were in the first game. Like, I think no consistency with that.
Well, like, and they ended
just,
up, like,
changing it.
retconning that in Inquisition, didn't they? Didn't they say, like, Stin, the guy who...
Well, I think there was,
they said he's, like, a different sub-race that really looks different.
Yeah, like, genetic variants or whatever. Like, they tried to explain it away, but it was still, like...
It's just, like, you just don't do it in the first place, bro. Like, you should... Like, honestly, like, I felt like Dragon Age Inquisition should have been a reboot of the series. Like, just pretend like 1 and 2 didn't happen.
And honestly, I liked the new design of the Kunari. Like, I thought that was a cool design.
I like the new look, too. I do prefer it over the original look.
Right, but they established a precedent
it,
for the... Yeah, like, just make a new race if you want that kind of design in the games.
Like, Toxicology completely disagrees with me on this, but, like, it's part of why I like Doctor Who so much is that they don't change the 1970s fucking monster designs.
Right, yeah.
They kept it the same for continuity purposes.
Well, and I mean, those things are just regarded as classics. Like, you can't change what a Dalek looks like. Everyone fucking loses their mind.
And they did slight, very minor changes.
Updated. Yeah, but like a Dalek still, I mean, it's unmistakable. Oh, shit. Get him?
Yeah,
yep, you're up.
Hey.
But like, yeah, like...
Now, do your best to prepare yourself for what's ahead.
So, like, I mean, if you, like, dramatically change what a Dalek looks like, we'll lose their mind. Because, like, established... at this point, like, heavily what a Dalek is and what it looks like.
Call them Nunaris instead of Kunaris.
Yeah, I call them Nunaris.
I would have been alright.
But, like, I like the whole, I like the look, I like the whole...
Yeah, I just,
lore
honestly...
behind Kunari, like, it's just,
actually, like what they could do for me, like, if they came to me and they were like, Zig, how do we fix Dragon Inquisition? You're the only one who knows. I'd be like, dude, you've taken too long to get here. I would tell them, remake Dragon Age Inquisition 1, 2, or Dragon Age 1 and 2, do not remake Dragon Age Inquisition, and sell it in a, like, $70 2-disc set, right? It's got Dragon Age Inquisition in the backside, and on the disc 1, it's Dragon Age Inquisition 1 and 2. And then this time when you do it, do not give them the choice of different races in Dragon Age 1. Make them play a human with a last name, like we did Mass Effect, because that's what made Mass Effect so good. And then
there's consistency,
right, and then it carries over into 2, where they talk about that old, you know, Grey Warden or whatever. And then you play into Dragon Age Inquisition 3 or Dragon Age Inquisition, and the game just rolls over again. And when you go back and remake 1, make Stin look like the other Quinari, and then get rid of this whole like there's genetic difference storyline.
Right.
And that, it would be perfect. It would be a perfect game at that point. Like, I'd be done. See, there's a quest marker out there, and I don't understand.
Are you serious? You know, like, to the northwest?
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta talk to Claptrap. That's where Claptrap. Oh, but that's over here. We have 2 markers in. Although this marker that I'm heading to isn't showing on my mini-map.
Also, like, probably the biggest robbery, unless I missed it, was the fact that, like, if you doink Morrigan and have that fucking demon baby, like, nothing ever comes of it.
Oh, really? I said I never did that, so I didn't get... But like, there's no payoff for that?
There's no payoff in that in 2 or Inquisition.
Really?
Yeah. And I remember saying, like, I'm gonna do it, and I was like, because nothing but good can happen. I'm either gonna make, like, a super good, like, a superhuman, like, good baby, or I create, like, the greatest nemesis of all time, and I have to kill it. And, like, that's an awesome story of, like, the son comes back to slay the father, you know?
Right.
Yeah, Dragon Age Inquisition 1 was super fantastic. And really, it wasn't the Quinari that made me stop playing 2. I never even finished 2.
Well, I mean, that wasn't like, that wasn't the reason I stopped.
What made me stop playing 2 was the fucking character who, like, kept making gay passes at me after I had shut him down.
Oh, that was the mage that put in there.
Yeah, and it was just like
I can listen to you move your disgusting meat
like
flaps.
this is
I can stick it on
like I'm glad that you guys are having
Paradise.
inclusion
I will comply with what you
in
need.
gays and
Then get
lesbians
out of
and
my
stuff,
scan
but
range.
like if the one inclusion in the whole game, well, I don't think it was the one. I think Fenris, I think he was gay too, wasn't he?
But you can do this.
Yes, he was.
You will.
Yeah, he was a gay love option.
But at least the very first one you come across ends up being like super annoying and overbearingly gay. And I'm just like, dude, for the guys that aren't cool with gay people, you're making them hate gay people a lot with this character.
Right.
Like, what are you doing?
Well, you know, it was like ham-fisted attempted.
And you know what? Now that I look back on it, BioWare like has half the time done it right, and then half of the time like kind of ham-fisted their whole.
Yeah, like when they get a character right, like it's awesome, like Garrus.
Right.
But when they get a character wrong, they're forgettable and lame. Like fuck, I can't even remember his name. Joshua, I think.
Jacob.
Black guy, Mass Effect. Jacob too. Like he's milquetoast, plain as shit. Like you know, like I don't remember anything about him. I mean, not every character could be a home run.
Right.
But Garrus was like, obviously they nailed Garrus, they nailed like, thought they did a really good job with Randall Lawson. Oh, like Warden was awesome, Rex was awesome, like
yeah,
I mean, Mass
dude,
Effect
like the
was
characters in Mass Effect were really good design, and it just wasn't there with Andromeda. It just was not even close in the same amount of quality.
The only one that was good was Drac, well, like because the Krogans are just always awesome. Like,
yeah,
it was the only one I liked.
But he's a good character, but he's also like a super easy character to write, and his character is
he wasn't anything like
the old war boy.
Right?
You know, he's just General Patton. Like that character wrote itself, so I don't like.
There's no innovation there.
Like Garrus, you know, he had a template too. Like, God, I forgot that Krogan's name just now.
Drac.
He has a template just like Drac. He's the loose and fast buddy cop character.
Right.
And like, oh, I used to work for the Citadel, but sometimes you gotta break the law to uphold the law, kind of bullshit.
Yeah, and you know what? I guess if Garrus only got the first Mass Effect, I would not like Garrus as much as I did. But since they did get another game with him,
his
he
character
goes
takes off
too.
too.
Yeah,
because his
like,
he's one-dimensional in the first one. He's just he's just like,
so
I want to follow the rules, but let's break them. Like just every time a option was given to you, he was very much like, let's kill him in the field, like field justice versus.
Right, and that's probably why like a lot of the characters feel one-dimensional in the first game, because in Mass Effect 1, a lot of the characters are one-dimensional, but they get 2 more games to become full-fledged characters.
Yeah, they get a chance to flesh them out, but I mean, like, they still did a good enough job. I mean, Ashley was pretty lame. Ashley and Kaden are fucking garbage. Like,
yeah, I never was in love with either of those characters. Like, I chose Ashley because I just didn't want to fuck a blue chick. Like, that was really the only driving force.
I just like when I found out she had the ability to kill Rex, I was like, bitch, going down.
Yeah, I was like, I like had to like look up. I'm like, okay, how do I keep this from spiraling?
Oh, you got a gun over there.
But I mean, by no means was I like attached to Ashley. Like when you meet her in 2 and she's like a total bitch to you, I was like, good riddance, ho.
You know, even on a history of gaming play, I've never had a playthrough I've let her survive. Just fucking the first game.
I just can't stand Kaden. Like I just don't. Like,
know,
he annoys me more than
he's just as annoying as her to me, but she's also racist.
Yeah. He's racist. Oh shit! Yeah, this.
Vagina face rack back.
This fight's so stupid because he's like, oh, he's so intimidating, and he just stands there and spawns birds off his back. Like, it's the easiest fucking fight on the planet.
Yeah, they BFR'd both of them in the second one because
You're not worried. You're with Cerberus.
You're with Cerberus. They're the
And,
bad
like,
guys.
they can't like deal with that. Like, I can't believe you're with Cerberus.
How about some rockets to the face?
Oh my god, it's so hard.
Ow, ow.
Oh, shit, look at that.
How can you be an experienced kamikaze rack?
You're not doing your job well if you.
If you're experienced in it. Did we get any good guns?
Drop.
Does he drop anything?
I mean, he dropped some shit, but I mean, like, there's nothing good. Dropped a lot of ammo, some cash, like a shitty green pistol on the.
Yeah. They kind of. Oh.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Not gonna use it because it's all shield recharge, but yeah, I don't know. I actually really enjoyed going through and playing Mass Effect again recently. That was really
Dude, I just need them to just remaster it. Just fucking remaster it. I don't want to buy fucking all the Mass Effects off Origin and all the fucking DLC for 3, and it's like I would totally pay money to play it all again, but not that. Also, like, it, you know, hasn't. I mean, especially the first game hasn't aged well. Like, it's.
I mean,
Some
playing
love.
it on PC was pretty decent. Like, it wasn't too bad. Got through it, but you really see through the cracks now that time has passed, and stuff like every like away mission is the same, and like whenever you board a ship or a space station.
Well, that was another thing about Mass Effect, is that it was the first of its kind. Like,
Yeah.
it's like
Space
RPG
drama.
with like choices that mattered and affected things. Like, no game had ever.
You know what's crazy to me is actually
Like that.
Witcher 1 and 2 predate. Technically, because Witcher 1 came out before Dragon Age 1. But, excuse me, Mass Effect 1. But then Mass Effect 1 and 2 came out before Witcher 2 came out.
Yeah. CD Projekt Red takes their sweet ass time.
Yeah, but CD Projekt Red did write into Dragon Age, or Witcher 1 the intent for save files to be read in 2.
Yeah.
Which, kind of weird. I don't know. Weird
I just
trivia.
wish they didn't nail The Witcher on the last game.
I mean,
Like, I
they
wish
half
all of
nailed
them
it on 2.
were-
Like,
Yeah,
they
it was,
made a
like,
good
so
hack and
close.
slash on 2 in a story. And then 3, god damn, that it is a masterpiece. It is up there with Ocarina of Time for me. Like, it is
Yeah, it's
just so good. It's just, fuck, man. I think I'm gonna play it. Like, it's gonna be my 4th fucking playthrough. Like,
I mean, you
cover
should
to
save
cover.
it until we're on the eve of Cyberpunk. Do like
Oh,
a
that's true.
degree of CDPR. Although you're probably not gonna want to play Witcher 1 and 2, so you just
Witcher 1 had poor graphics and very clunky interface. The worst
dude,
part
totally.
of Witcher 1
It was like
was the
so
combat.
shitty. Yeah,
Because it was
insane.
timed. If you clicked,
They try to do this like weird rhythm thing with it.
yeah, it was kind of like a half-assed rhythm game.
Yeah.
And if you didn't do it right, like, you would lose your combo. And, like, you would get punished by the monsters for it. Yeah, it was this weird, like, click, click, click,
And it was
click.
like it was like top down, but not. It was like this like 3/4 camera angle. Like in
Well,
combat.
it was
like,
a
really
high-up
weird.
third person.
Yeah, I was like,
But
it's like
let's grab a car, yeah. But it had this weird rhythm to being able to fight. Like, so to put it, like, to better explain it, because I'm not really getting into it, you had your sword, and when you click, you would swing, and at the end of the swing, the sword would glow again, and you would have to click when it was glowing to go into the second part of the combo. But if you don't click when it's glowing, you drop combo and go back to your stance, and you
it's
get
like
hit.
a basic ass attack.
And So like, you had to get a muscle memory down for the rhythm, and click, 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 right click, left click, right click, like. Oh yeah. Mass Effect 1 was heaps and bounds better than Witcher 1 in gameplay.
Oh yeah, Mass Effect 1 is still, I would say,
like, I had to cheat to get to as the point that I did with Witcher 1. I had to get a fucking trainer program to give myself infinite money. Because you need to buy the recipes for your oils off of a person, and like you straight up can't kill a monster until you get the oil, and like, like it was impossible to make fucking money because nobody wanted to like trade with you because you were a Witcher.
They went a little too hardcore.
Yeah, it was too close to the book. The first game was. It was a problem. It was a real problem.
But 2, when they got to 2, they really revamped it, and then it was more like a third-person action game. And it was close. It still felt a little clunky.
Yeah, it was a hump and dump game. It was just like you picked it up, you got your money's worth. You weren't bushwhacked by any weirdness. It felt fun to play, and then it was over. But Witcher 3 though was like the combat was rewarding, and like you kind of had to think a little bit. And the RPG elements were good.
Like,
and there were set pieces, and the story and the voice acting was all just phenomenal. And
yeah, the voice acting in the first one's so fucking bad.
Yeah, it was super bad, but also it was like 80, 90. I mean, I actually think it was 100% for the main quest. At least was 100%. No, even for it was fully voiced.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't voiced well, but it was fully voiced.
That was like the big selling point of Mass Effect, was like everything is voiced in this game. Witcher did it though.
But the voice acting was abysmal for most of the game. I mean, aside from even like the guy who played Geralt in the first one, maybe just because like the script was written bad. Like even he's not that great. Like he's much better in 2 and 3.
You could tell
even in the first
recording equipment was a bit off.
Yeah, maybe there's an upgrade in recording equipment.
You could tell that they were in a fucking closet or something.
Yeah, like just put some fucking foam in a closet, recorded lines.
Hot on Geralt in 3. Geralt's awesome, dude. Geralt is kind of a badass.
I know, dude's fucking is a badass.
Yeah, it's a real
like, I mean,
shitter.
By the end of 3, you're fighting like fucking straight up fighting elder vampires, and they're like fucking crazy powerful. Awesome. There's a 640 shield over here.
So is Geralt an RPG power fantasy character? Like, he's badass Witcher, few of his kind that can take on anything, has some dude and total ladies man. Yeah, like all of
basically.
That. Like,
but I mean, like he
all
can
that defines his character.
He can like beat anything, but the monsters are actually really like he does it by the skin of his fucking, and he does it with more than a few scars and scratches. That's by no means easy.
Right, but yeah. What the story of Geralt is like, what makes him such a badass is like he actually overcomes challenges, and doesn't ever like he's infinitely brave. He never shies away from a challenge, but he's also smart about it though. So like he prepares himself properly for a fight, knows what he's walking into. Does what he needs to like try and keep himself as safe as possible.
Like researches what he's fighting, like make sure he's prepared with like the thing they're weak against. Like
imagine Aragorn was a mutant.
Right, yeah, totally.
And then you gave him the investigative power. Well, no, I was going to say the investigative powers of Batman. But Aragorn's got that already. Like, his whole character of being a ranger was about, like, being able to read the land and shit.
Like, track and everything.
So, like, he's pretty much, like, a bounty hunter Aragorn, but specifically for monsters. But everybody hates him because he's been mutated.
I mean, honestly, if there's anyone that's watching and they haven't played Witcher 3, like, you owe it to yourself.
Yeah, I mean, you watched when we played it, right, Mountain Dew?
Yeah, if you have any interest in RPGs whatsoever, it's like, you gotta play it. Just do. Like, it was so good, I didn't beat it for, like, the first year because I just didn't want it to.
Yeah, it's super fucking good.
That is awesome.
Did I lose you? You went towards the quest. I
Distract.
Nailed it.
There we are. Gotta get the claptrap.
There's another fucking turret over there I can't take down.
These turrets. I don't remember these turrets being as annoying originally. Do you?
No, I remember them sucking. Like, it was the only thing that killed us.
Target hit. Critical, biatch.
Critical biatch. Oh my god.
Haha. Nailed it.
Now he comes down. Give us your secrets.
You're not dead? Good luck. See you next time.
Oh, that's right. Thor
If
infiltrated.
taking an interest in what we're doing, then things just got a lot more dangerous. For you, not for me. I'm safe and sipping a nice chamomile. They know the legend of the Vault too, and it is
Wasn't expecting
unlikely they
that.
will simply let you walk in unopposed and cheerful.
Always
Also,
nice
I
to get
have better
resupplies.
cookies.
It's like Christmas.
I hear a claptrap. Did we ever find this guy?
I thought we did.
Claptrap rescue, Old Haven. Find the repair kit and repair this claptrap.
I thought we had. I don't have the quest for
Yeah.
it.
Over here.
Nice. Check that out.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
It wasn't in here before. Oh, you know what? I remember that. I fucking came in there and there was a quest marker. But there was like nothing to do.
Oh really?
Must have glitched.
Maybe it bugged out. Yeah.
That repair kit.
I love burning them to death.
Just keep screaming.
Get it, girl. Increase that inventory. Oh.
My circle.
Cheap, reliable, lightweight, and
Got psyched. You're gonna show me to a thing, or you're just gonna give us?
Yeah, like the first couple like gave us secrets.
Alright, scooting on around.
I'm detecting a
Nope, he disappeared. So
unit malfunction.
guess not.
I can't move. I'm paralyzed with fear.
Okay. Alright,
This isn't right.
Slither cable.
Bullseye! Oh, that hurt!
he's got one of those goofy spiral shooting guns.
This guy? Oh yeah. The badass infantry
Boy here.
got murdered.
Rocket launch.
The Crimson Lance got nothing on my weapons.
Let me know when you're ready.
Ready, Bonesaw.
Bonesaw's ready. God, I'm ready to play Witcher all over again. That last playthrough I did last year was a real treat because I had done Heart of Stone or whatever, but I hadn't done Blood and Wine.
Blood and Wine's great.
Oh, Blood
Great
and Wine's
DLC.
so good.
I mean, Heart of Stone's great too. I mean, it's all like, I feel like just sucking CDPR's dick. It's like, it's just, I mean, everything in that game is good. I mean, there are little things like when it first came out, the UI needed some work as far as like menus.
Yeah, and the fact that they got that
updated, but they
within,
updated
like,
that shit
like
yeah,
3
like 2
months, not even.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I think I don't know. The only complaint that I heard that I couldn't refute, but really didn't give a shit about. Somebody's like, I can't believe you're playing Witcher on PS4. Is this really snooty guy I used to work with? And I was like, dude, like, I love console games. And he's like, it's so much better on PC. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And he's like, you can fix stuff that they can't. And I'm like, that game's perfect. What are you talking about? He goes, the fall damage you take is ridiculous. And I'm like,
yeah, fall damage was kind of.
I was like, all right, fall damage was a little aggressive, but like, if you're playing
you,
the
like,
game
learned
properly,
how to-
you never really should have been in a situation where you're falling like more than an inch.
But I mean, that was true. When I like fell for the first time, I was like, oh wow.
Yeah, it hurt.
That really hurt. But I mean, like, that's such a small fucking thing.
Right. And if you're playing that game right, you shouldn't be. Oh my god, it's so small but so strong.
Is that Slither?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I thought it was gonna be huge. Oh my god, no, jeez. I'll never be able to hit him with the fucking Slither rifle. I got him. Oh my god, he exploded.
Thank you, turret.
Look at this.
Oh, caustic shotgun.
Okay, let's do.
Yes, can't fucking wait for Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I can't wait because
I think like
it's gonna be a good RPG.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be as revolutionary as Witcher 3.
I think they're definitely going to attempt to make that the case.
Yeah. Like, and that'll really suck because like it'll probably come out right after BioWare gets done with Dragon Age.
Oh, it's
look
true.
Like fucking child's play.
They ought to just wait on Dragon Age.
Yeah, just wait for it.
Even if Cyberpunk ends up being the better game, just wait. Let people play Cyberpunk, and then launch it. It's just better. Because we're talking 2 RPGs, like, it's gonna take a while for people to get through Dragon Age. Even if you release it like 6 months in advance, there will be people that are only halfway done with it when Cyberpunk comes out, and then they'll never go back to it. But I mean, you would have got your sales at 6 months, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Whatever sales you were worried about having, you would have had them by then.
But I bet Cyberpunk is...
When he left, he
I mean, that's for sure PS5.
Depth. Depth is what I want. Not complexity. Depth. Like, I want to spend a ton of time... Like, that's what makes Skyrim so good. Skyrim's not super complex. It's super deep. Not hard to understand. You can master it real easy. But you can spend tons of time fucking with inventories and crafting and making your own armor and just...
Investing in skills.
And crazy concept here, fucking role-playing.
Right.
You can just, by yourself, like, you just role-play. You just... Okay. Really?
That seemed excessive for that run.
But I shall savor this until your blood has soaked the sand and your carcass is nothing.
I remember when Oblivion came out, and I was playing a lot of games with my buddy Justin online. The guy that played a lot of... Man, how did we get in there?
I thought it was just this gate.
No, this was that thing where you gotta...
We gotta sneak in.
Yeah. You gotta ramp in or something like that.
Oh, well, let me back to the car.
Oh, I didn't realize you got out.
I thought we were getting out.
Where shooting? But me and him were playing a lot of games online.
Oh, there it is. Oh, wait, no, never mind.
And I remember just like spending tons of time in Oblivion after you get your first house and just talking over vent about like, well, what did you do in your house? Oh, I did this. What did you do with this? Like, how'd you handle this quest? Just like, just chilling by yourself, just enjoying the fuck out of a game. Like, all right.
How do we get in here?
Let me see if. Oh, okay. We gotta destroy the mannequin.
Now we gotta do the quest first.
Yeah.
Oh, damn tree. There we go.
One bandit patrol.
Two bandit patrol.
Okay. Where's butt liquor at?
Mother patrol. There's stuff.
There we go.
Oh shit.
Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Why did they hurt so bad? Got him.
We're gonna hide.
Self-healing car.
Wow. You know what?
Just gonna go get a new car.
This is ridiculous. Yeah, seriously, it's saving like a ton of time.
Mounting up.
What the fuck?
Still bust.
Not fair. We're gonna hunt real slow for it. We're gonna sneak.
Sneaky sneak.
Oh, there it is. Shrugs. 20 months in a row. Some Vikings and champ for days.
There's two out there. Alright, we got one to our left that's firing at us. Got him!
path to my door. How could I turn you away when you're so doggedly eager for death? Do come in. Enter my humble abode.
Doggedly eager for death. Alright, it's time for us to fucking drop the hammer on these fuck faces.
Light.
Light the fuse! Yo! Anonymous cheer of 200 bits. Setting up a new stream boss there. Thank you, Anonymous cheer. Probably shrug. I see through your ghostly gaze. You guys over there, yeah. It's a ghost. What up, Reichman? How you doing, bud? I feel like Borderlands is a very Reichman game.
Yeah. I mean, Reichman's all into Warhammer.
Yeah.
That's what Borderlands. It's all about that unadulterated violence. Yeah, insanity.
I enjoy Borderlands? Yes. You take a hike, asshole.
Ow.
Ow! I heard. Ow!
Drop my shield. How dare he?
I also want to go through and do a whole new playthrough of Red Dead Redemption, but like, I think I need to give it like another probably 4 months before I do that.
Whole new playthrough or what? You cut out?
Red Dead Redemption.
I didn't even play that.
You didn't play Red Dead 2?
Nah.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Just passed me by. Yeah, I mean, I've heard it's just like a lot of game.
It was a lot of game.
Yeah, I mean, I watched you play it, so I feel like I played it.
You got the gist of it. If you, that's definitely a game that you can walk away and not need to play if you watch somebody play it, because the controls itself aren't too fucking,
great. Yeah.
Yeah, sock blowing off kind of shit.
Typical wonky Rockstar controls.
Yeah, it takes a little bit to get used to it, but once you slow the fuck down a little bit, because the game's got us going really quick these days. Like, we're moving, we're fucking responding to shit super quick. If you just slow down a little bit, Red Dead is just fine. You just need to know to do that.
Probably borrow it. Yeah.
The horse riding fails were hilarious.
So is that like a glitch, that clip where it's like, you're getting out of the wagon one way or the other? And just like kept saying
yeah, it was a huge glitch. Like, I could not...
You're getting out of that wagon one way or the other.
He's supposed to say it one time, but he wouldn't stop fucking saying it. And because of that, I couldn't get him to fucking, interact with people.
I love this.
Remember watching that clip and you're just walking around it for like 3 minutes?
And his hands moving?
Yeah.
You're getting out of that wagon one way or another. You're getting out of that wagon one way or another.
Woo! Another one bites the dust.
Yeah, we just tore those guys up. I dropped my turret and immediately just tore through half of them. Oh my god, Hans!
Hans!
Gravy. There's Franz.
Hans and Franz.
Well, I got a question for you, Hans. How does that taste, huh? No!
Did you blow yourself up in your own
overgirts?
Can't kill you.
Didn't realize the horses enjoy flipping that much.
You're getting out of that wagon one way or the other. You're getting out of that wagon one way or the other.
I want to find a Jackie Chan movie I haven't seen yet and watch it.
Oh shit! Found the boss.
Is he angries?
Okay.
Ow! 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 How about this? You piece of trash! Worth it!
Just killed yourself again. No.
Don't slip in your blood getting up. Come on.
Oh, did you pick it up?
Pick what up?
There was a purple. I thought it was an assault rifle.
I picked up some stupid ass white.
Place it with that. Yeah, get a Woody toy that pull it. There's a snake in my boot. Pull it again. You're getting out of that wagon one way or another.
Getting out of that wagon one way or the other.
Bro, you need to start walking in front of those fucking rockets. What the fuck was that noise?
There is no fourth.
Okay, there's a chest, like when you get to the top that open up.
And we now have possession of the complete.
Any other good bang bangs?
She used you to get what she wanted. You've ignored my orders. Cut you a deal. Leave the planet now and we won't pursue you. Do yourself.
Eat shit, Commandant Steele!
Any further disobedience will cost you and the citizens of this planet dear.
I can't abide.
The Crimson Lance are about to make an unpleasant discovery and learn a harsh lesson. No, this wasn't supposed to happen. Stand by.
This is Commandant Steele of the Atlas Corporation Crimson Lance Starbomb Brigade. Be advised, in preparation of upcoming special operations of the Lance, I have ordered the Echo Network shut down. Any attempt to circumvent our control will be met with punishment of death. Do not test me, or we may shut down the commerce grid as well. This is the only warning you will receive.
What's up, eh? Oh, yeah. I don't think he wants.
What the hell is going on? Has Steel gone insane? They're shutting down the ecosystem, and now we're getting reports of weapons fire all around Sanctuary. It's a war zone. Sanctuary's getting pounded out there. They're sending distress signals to anyone who'll listen. But if they shut down the Echo, I'll be unable to arrange for...
All right. Heels.
This is not how it happens. Can you see me? With the Echo Network down, I can't see you. We're flying blind, friend. Our window is closing. The vault can only be opened every 200 years. If it isn't opened soon, your chance will be lost.
Hear me out. What if I live for 200 years?
You don't know me. I see one of the machine gun parts down there.
Oh, yeah?
Top of a house.
I'm just like sniping. Bah! Bah! Ooh, someone's shooting electricity at us. Got one. All to you.
All right. Don't we?
Well, I think we thinned him out.
How do we? What
Get
was
down.
like the proper way to get down? Yeah.
On probably the elevator we came up?
Just go backwards.
Come up this elevator? No? Or you just jump down?
No, this elevator works.
Really? Okay. I'm on the lift.
I get it. I so get it. Jesus.
God, it's just low fire intervals. I like Jacobs and 2 better, where it's like fan fire.
Oh yeah, I forgot they did that.
They like redefine the manufacturers to make them more unique.
Dude, this guy's got messed up.
Yeah.
Don't need a medic now.
I'm like, they're so strong! We didn't know they had access to gold chest weapons! Our intel was shit! So many fucking explosions.
Fire! Fire! Fire!
Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh, there's a lap wap. Go get the fixin' box.
Fixin' box.
This one gave us a chest.
See you next time. Always room for more loot.
The shotgun and a mediocre
Genocide pounder.
Genocide pounder. It just pounds genocides.
Mm-hmm.
Right in the butt.
Right in the genocide pooper.
Critical hit.
Sir, please stop shooting me.
I have a family.
I tend to remember more health being in these ammo boxes.
Yeah, I feel like I'm always low health. I don't really remember that from the first time.
I went a different tree last time and topped you guys off all the time.
Oh yeah, that's true. You were the healer last time.
Sorely missed.
Yeah, I'll fucking spec into that already, goddammit.
I'm working on it. The tree I'm in right now. Let's see. How many more levels? Third level from now will be a thing.
Shooty, McShoot heal 'em ups.
McShootin' heals.
Yep. Oh, do you have like a quest marker here?
Yeah, I gotta.
Like right where I'm standing?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was the claptrap that I did.
Oh, okay.
Well, like, the exclamation
That was
mark or
like,
the...
well, it's here one that's like 10 is found. Like, so I'll do that. I don't know why it's there. I don't.
Well, there's an indicator, but well, like not an exclamation mark, but like the diamond is for.
Yeah, the diamond.
Yeah, the diamond's here for finding the machine gun parts.
Oh, okay.
Oh, come on, now!
No.
Oh, fucking robbed. Okay. Ouch, ouch, this is a cactus now.
The space. Entirely different.
So where's the other part? Yeah, I'm kind of excited to play that Bounty Hunter game. Never got to get into that.
I mean, I remember it not. I mean, at least at the time it came out, it wasn't supposedly very good. Like the Star Wars Bounty Hunter game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's a lot of love for it.
Oh yeah, maybe it's like one of those, you know, didn't do so hot when it came out, but you know, cult classic things.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna be any like Commando, but
right. Oh man, Public Commando. Now that was a fucking game.
they did a really good.
Still pissed that there's no sequel to that.
They did a really good port of it to the PC on GOG.
Oh really? Does it have controller support? Because I bought it on Steam and it like fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's got controller support, and they like reworked the PC controls too. So like,
oh shit,
you
have
can
to get it on
actually
GOG.
play it like a decent like PC shooter. It's not great for me to stream it because I can't control my OBS from within it, and if you alt-tab out, it like fucks it royally.
Yeah.
But like if you're just gonna turn it on, play it, and then shut it off when you're done, like it's great. It works perfect. As does most things on GOG. Come on, we need 2 more parts. Where are they?
These are my least favorite quests.
Yeah, they just slow down the pacing of everything.
I think that's probably why they're not in the second game. I don't recall there being part collection.
No, I don't either.
Probably realized it slowed everything down.
Alright, chat. Tell Papa Zig where it's at. Show me the way! Dude, last time I played this game. I know there's one on top of one of these like circular huts because I haven't grabbed that one yet. But I can't find the hut it's on top of.
Is it just me or do I feel like we skipped these quests? Whenever we played this.
Yeah, because like we did
I don't remember doing these, yeah.
And like they
I
weren't
think because we like came to the
fucking
conclusion
worth it.
like these quests suck ass. Yeah, because we're just gonna get a garbage gun that we're gonna fucking sell.
Like if it was like a seriously good upgrade, this would totally be worth it.
Yeah.
I'm over it.
I'm over it.
Let's go find a Tannis. Actually, I think we can just like say fuck off with all the trivial quests.
Yeah, probably.
Speed this up a little. Okay, then we can get to 2. Blow through that.
And then pre-sequel.
Then
Be
we
exciting.
actually get into new content for pre-sequel.
Yeah, because I haven't played pre-sequel at all, so it's all new.
Played it a little bit.
I got the ride.
Thanks, Reichland. We gave up though.
Aw.
We moved on.
Looked it up. So sweet of you, bud.
It's gonna give us a shit green machine gun, and neither of us want it. That was the end of my completionist, like, willpower.
Yeah, that's where he said throw it out the window.
Now we're just going for credits. This just went from 100 to an any % just now.
Well, I mean, like, you don't have to, like, I mean, the way they structure the quests and stuff, like,
you don't need to do those
to where you have to, you don't have to do everything.
Yeah. Why is it? Why it do?
Oh, that hurt.
And I am legitimately excited for Gears and Halo.
Like doing those playthroughs? Or?
Yeah. Particularly Gears.
I'm more excited for the Master Chief Collection, but
I'm really excited for the Master Chief
favorite.
Collection, but like, I love Gears of War.
Gears was good. I mean, that was like one of the first like drop in, drop out co-op. Like,
I remember my mind being blown that like
I can just leave.
Somebody can just
like,
come in and it just picks up the like no loading screen.
Yeah.
He just was
You
Marcus.
don't have to go to a lobby or anything.
Right, and I was like, can the Xbox handle this? Is that like, is my Xbox gonna blow up from doing this? Like, I was so concerned about like something breaking.
Sweet.
Like, we've flown too close to the sun.
Well, and it was on the 360, so literally anything could have broken.
Yeah,
So.
a strong part would have red ringed it.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Do you
remember when I had
was
that?
on too hard and it fucking blew some dirt in there, and now it doesn't work anymore.
Remember when I fucking did the towel trick?
Oh, to like fix that one, yeah.
Yeah, and
I
it
was
ended
surprised
up
it
working.
actually worked.
I was blown away that it worked.
I thought it was like bullshit.
God,
I was like, why would that work? That's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Chad, do you remember the towel trick? I went through 7 goddamn Xbox 360s. So fucking angry.
We'll just take a gander here.
That's why I'm such a mad person as an adult. 7 Xbox 360s, that's the reason why.
You did this to me, Microsoft. Yeah, I mean, as far like it sucks too because Xbox 360 had some great ass games, but
right, and everybody
their
had a
hardware
fucking
was
360.
trash.
Like it's what won the fucking initial.
Yeah, I mean, it did win. Like ultimately,
it won the
that
start
generation.
off of the console war, and so because of that, like it didn't matter what they did.
Yeah.
You had to keep buying it. Ugh. Master McCloud, you're going down, butt liquor. What's this?
Oh, he drops that like silly ass.
Oh, that's right.
Indian weapon.
I remember
Like
this.
sucks. But I remember when we first got it, we were like, "Oh, dude, this is awesome." And we like used it, like, "Oh, it's like."
So one of the problems that would cause the Xbox to red ring is that they used all the problems with the Xbox 360 was cheap parts, but they had built like they used cheap silicon for their motherboard, and so when the motherboard would get hot over time, it would droop. And if it drooped enough that the pins on the back side of the motherboard made contact with the metal, like, box frame. Like, if you ever open an Xbox 360, you'll see how it's just like this sheet metal all over making a box, and then you have to get that sheet metal off to get the actual system. And, it would droop, and the pins on the back side of the motherboard would touch that metal thing, and it would short the system, and it would cause it to not boot up to save itself from frying everything. So, the whole trick was to unplug your Xbox from the actual TV. Wrap it in a fucking towel. Flip it upside down and turn it on and leave it that way for, I think it said like 2 hours. And then...
You want to set that, find this claptrap.
Did you just start it?
Yeah, I grabbed it.
Oh, you need me to set it, I got you.
Yeah, set it.
There it is.
There's something.
So, and then you would turn it back off, and then you'd let it set outside of the towel for, like, overnight. And then you plug it back in and just turn it on, and it would just work. It just would fix it. Almost every single time it would fix it. And, how do we go?
Yeah, I always thought it was bullshit. Like how I always thought, like, if, people putting their phone in rice and shit.
Yeah.
Like why would that ever work? But
well,
it actually...
The rice thing works too, yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Ah!
Critical hit.
He's got to come down here. There's a gun chest down here.
Tangled up with a badass infantry right now.
Okay, explain which one to you. The rice phone in the rice, or the reason why the Xbox works if you wrap a towel around it and heat it up. Yeah, the phone in the rice. Yeah, so if like you drop your phone in water, you can take a bag full of rice and put your phone down in it, and then like get it submerged in the rice, and then seal it shut, and then like leave it for like overnight, like 8 hours. You want to give it like for fucking ever, and then take your phone out, and your phone will work fine. Because so what happens is when you drop your phone in water, it shorts out. Everything connects to each other because of the water carrying the current, and then it shorts itself out. But typically, not a lot of damage is necessarily done to the circuitry, because it just took a shock. But if you keep doing it over and over, it is going to sustain too much corrosion.
How the fuck did you get up there?
Yeah, there's a staircase back there. And then it will permanently break. So, rice is extremely porous and dry. So, like, rice loves to soak up water, like, just, like, stupid fast. So, what you do is you shove it down in the rice, and you let it sit there for fucking like 8 hours, and it will suck the water out of the phone, and your phone will actually be like completely dry. So when you turn it back on, there's not gonna be water connecting anything anywhere to cause it to short out.
Target hit.
And it will be fine.
Always nice to get resupplied.
You can do it better if you have any of those like silica beads or anything like that from packaging electronics and shit like that. Like,
oh yeah, those take out moisture real good.
Or if you have like a cigar humidor, like, and you happen to have a dried out like silica like moisture packet, you can throw that in there, and it'll zap the fucking moisture out of the phone. Because it's consistent electricity passing to other parts of the phone that aren't gauged for that kind of amp and milliwatts and all that shit. That's what water does to electronics. It's like, this part over here can't take so many milliamps, but this part can. And then when there's water sitting on top of it, that means this electricity is shocking the shit out of the part that shouldn't have that. And it does it on like a fucking massive scale, so it's like breaking like 30 parts at the same time. But today's modern electronics, like, if it takes like just one shock like that, it will usually turn itself off and save itself the
hardware damage.
The blowout, but the trick is like you can't truly get all the water out like by just letting it sit there. But then you turn it back on and then you've sent another shock, and the startup of a phone has more electricity go through it than when it's just running. So like you're just sending a shitload of electricity through it, and like that, the second or third time you do that, you're probably gonna zap it and fry it permanently. Anna's found. But yeah, I think we need to go this way. If you can thoroughly get it dry, then you're gonna be good. Oh, Tannis. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello, death. Yes. I have solved all problems with explosives. Like, shit got real bad here. Here in the corner, there was a turret.
Oh, shit.
I threw a grenade at it, it killed me, and the grenade blew it up. So I came back to life. Are you gonna open door like man? Hello? Sucks to be you,
This is like
nerd.
the only game where you can just like use the sniper, like up close, like with him standing 2 feet in front of me, just shot him in the head still, and like don't have to zoom in or anything.
Be a good turret.
Dropped a purple.
Oh shit! Look at that! Another notch on my whip.
God, I love this game. Yeah, the first one still stands up pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally fun. I mean, the enemy AI is a little dumb.
Well, like it's
10 years ago, so yeah. They're fighting an alien.
an aliens. I'm gonna switch it over to corrosive for the sake of this, even though I just got level 3, I think fireball. Yep, keep screaming, bud. This is yours. Purple too. Boing. 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 Saw, I was on, I think it was a Twitter or Reddit or something earlier today, and I saw old 1983 Atari Mario Brothers commercial.
Oh yeah.
Forgot how fucking terrifying that shit was. It's just some fat Italian guy running around getting chased by like big puppets. Mario, where are you? Pure horror. Corrosive just fucking shits down the back.
Oh, fuck.
I got you, boo. The way your guy screams is so funny. He goes, ah!
Gives it a little extra umph.
Really sells it. Okay. I need to go back to that fucking Indiana Jones game I was playing.
What? Was it an Indiana Jones game?
Yeah, Pathway. It was that indie, like 16-bit looking thing. Pretty much just Indiana Jones. You know, that's something we could go for. Like a real AAA high-budget Indiana Jones game.
Dude, I remember they were making one like years and years and years ago, like back when we were working at GameStop, and there was like gameplay demo of it and everything, and they just like announced it.
God, man, that is a franchise that hasn't been blown up as much as I want it to be.
Always room for more loot.
Like, they've made too much stuff for Star Wars. They have,
but like haven't touched Indiana Jones.
They have done enough for Lord of the Rings for me. Like, I'm like sated with Lord of the Rings. Like, Indiana Jones, I just feel like, where's the TV show? Where's the fucking animated special? Where is the fucking video games? Where's the? I think there were some comic books for him, actually.
Well, I mean, part of them getting Harrison Ford to be Han in Episode 7 was they were agreeing to greenlight another Indian movie, but I haven't heard of what's going on with that. So.
Yeah. The way fucking Hollywood and fucking like big budget stuff moves, I don't believe it until it's out.
Yeah.
Because like they tell us shit. Oh well, car can't go over that way, so we're on foot. They tell us this shit, and then like a million things can go wrong and get it canceled. You know, I think the average gamer is getting sick of it. Because they were talking about how, like, Anthem didn't perform really well, and that's good. That means, like, even Anthem, people learned from Battlefront. Because Battlefront did alright, according to EA. Battlefront 2.
I mean, probably not as much as, probably not as good as they hoped.
But they didn't lose money on it.
Right.
Look at this raid. Fraudulent Beard. Welcome in, buddy. With 7. Can we get some Vikings in chat for that? I'm busy fighting. You guys need to deal with the raid, though.
Another trophy for my wall.
We got another turret.
Thank you so much for the raid there.
Super.
And we're dying. We're dying. How you doing? I'm assuming some Borderlands action earlier today for you? I'm coming. I'm coming.
Oh, I mean, if you do, you're gonna die. Is that what you survive? Oh my god, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
He's a madman! I need him! Where'd he go? I need a bad guy, quick!
Coming, Elizabeth. Oh god,
I got
I'm getting
it!
really, I'm
Ah,
getting
the
really
champion!
I tried. Coming, but I was gonna die, most probably.
Little bearded man plays Borderlands. Had a raid. I appreciate it. Welcome, folks. I'm Zigguroid, Video Game Viking. I'm playing with Rebel Red. We are easily the best Borderlands 2 players at dying. And then, like, aggressively blowing ourselves up in feats of heroic valor to get a second win.
Oh, that's your specialty. Mine's like help, dying.
Well, that or the fucking hip shot sniper rifle.
Yeah, that's true.
We were supposed to go that way, right? Oh yeah, transmitter console.
Yeah, well, you just gotta like get them from each of the building.
Been talking a lot about AAA games today too.
State of Vidya. The state of Vidya.
The Vidya state. But this.
Let's even shoot.
Gearing up for 3. Never played the DLC for 1 or 2. The one's DLC was really just Mad Max's, right?
1? No, they have Dr. Zombie Ned.
Oh,
whatever.
that's right, Dr. Ned.
That was a good one. So I can't wait to,
yeah, that one was phenomenal.
And that reminds me, like, we still have to go through the whole fucking vanilla campaign. And then we got all the DLCs still.
We're actually getting kind of
It's
close.
gonna take us a long time.
Single player. Yeah, and then 2 has some too. Some DLC. Oh, fuck! Mountain Dew, if you could get a ! Discord command for me, that'd be great. Guys, if you want to join us on the Discord, Discord's pretty much our offline version of the chat. We do a lot of fun stuff in there. Including, there is a poll. Thanks for the follow, Prodigal. I appreciate it. There is a poll right now for Clip of the Month. Whoever wins that poll for best clip of March gets a $10 reward. Whether it's on Steam or Amazon or what have you. Whatever.
Where are the stairs? Oh, they're there. Show me the stairs. Ah.
Show me what you got. How are you?
Did it, Reddit.
Where is this guy?
Oh, I think he's downstairs still.
Let the dog out.
Must be up on that second level with you. Sounds like you found him.
He did. Sounds good, Beard. Have a good meal, man. Take it easy. Thanks for the raid. Much appreciated. What's this one? The Thunderstorm. It's garbage.
I hope in 3 they just do a bunch of crazy shit with the guns. I'm sure they are.
I mean, like, there's guns that have
they
legs.
lead off with the guns with legs. So.
I mean, like, they've gone off the rails.
They have to. It makes you wonder, like, what the fuck they're gonna do if they do a Borderlands 4.
I know. They were
like,
too busy.
Guns with legs.
They were too busy asking, "Can we?" instead of asking, "Should we?"
Which I don't know about you, but that's exactly how I love.
That's exactly how I want Borderlands to be made.
Right.
With the same level of devil may care and disregard that caused Jurassic Park to be what it is.
What do we turn this in at? I don't want to fucking like walk across.
Is there a teleport? It should have.
Yeah, there's a fast travel here. And it's telling me to go through Crimson Fastness.
Yeah, let me see. It might be glitching for you. Scary needles. If it wasn't zany, I know. Yeah, you're totally right. It does need to be zany.
The most sense.
It says Chrisman Enclave. But I think we were there. Yes.
The old fast travel to right where we're staying.
The distance. We have gone it.
Excuse me, I would like to be moved 12 inches that direction.
Hey, gun case. Ooh. Ooh. That'll be good for the alien.
Is SNS in too? Because I don't remember. I mean, I would assume they are, but I don't remember what their shtick was.
Because I think Atlas is the one who ends up with like the really big clip size in 2.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't go for clip size like real big in 2 because like I didn't get skills that like.
Yeah, really like.
Yeah, I didn't make
it off that.
Yeah.
Already on her way to the vault. Hey, for me.
Borderlands was originally not gonna be in the comic book style. They themed. Yeah, actually, I think I still have the.
Oh, like
Game
yeah, it was
Informer.
originally like realistic art design.
It was like the exact same looking like art, but the way they rendered it was not cell shaded. It was like realistically rendered, and
Good thing you cell shaded it because this game would look like shit.
I don't know how you did it, but I can see.
it was one of the smartest things they did. I wish I still had the game here. We can pull up a picture of it though.
Listen, there is no.
Borderlands 1 Game Informer. Yeah, there's a screenshot right on the front.
Alright, man, I'm gonna have to call it right at the hay.
Word.
Alright.
Later. This right here is the Game Informer from when Borderlands 1 was coming out. I think I still got it out in the living room. But you can see, like, it's the same, like, art style. Like, the way they made the fucking freaks and the cars and everything's exactly the same, but it's just not cel-shaded at all. It's just not. And I'm so glad they did what they did, because this looks so much better. This does. And exit.